am looking like an original glazed donut. I am sweating my kebabs off right now. This takes me back though, this setup. This is how I used to do like my first videos. You know, so close to the camera, nothing really in the background apart from my shoes or shoe boxes. So yeah, this is taking me back, just like my hairline. But anyways, broskies, a New Balance silhouette, New Balance silhouette. I was about to say 9060, that's how similar they look. The 2000 model, brand spanking new in this colorway right behind me. We've got a lot to say, man. There's a lot going on. You know, some things are very similar in terms of its design to other shoes, other brands, even the shoe I've just mentioned, the 9060s, but on feet, they are a treat. If you see my forehead dripping, it's because it's hot in here. I can't really put a fan on because of the mics. The lights, hey, they're very hot. And if I open the window, the pigeons are just having like a family gathering in this tree. The New Balance 2000, man. Where do I start? This shoe, bruh, took me by surprise. I wasn't even gonna go for them. I thought, no, they look too much like the Air Max Scorpion. They look too much like the Nike Shocks. They look too much like the 9060, which is a shoe I despise. Not because it's a bad shoe. It's probably a great shoe, never tried it, but everyone had them, all the influencers. I was like, nah, man. Yes, this does look somewhat similar. It's a bit more sleeker. It's a bit more sexy looking, if you ask me. Before we get too ahead of ourselves, let's look at the box because, yeah, there's not much going on. Now, yes, standard New Balance box when it comes to GRs with this shoe. New Balance branding on top, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Product sticker does say though, U2000 PBB, peanut butter jelly time. This shoe, man, sizing has got to be on your mind, broskies. I just know it. So let's go there. So I went for my normal UK 9, just like I have done with the 2002Rs, the 991s, and so on. Now I've got to mention though, like I always do, I am narrow-footed, so take whatever I say with a pinch of salt. Shopping here in the UK, especially online, I've not seen any half sizes, which is a bit weird. And yes, if I could do it all again, I would go half a size up, but I haven't seen any. So yeah, I went true to size. They fit okay, but I just need a bit more room in the toe box. So if you do have the opportunity to do so, go half size up in your normal UK sizing and especially the US sizing as well. So yeah, short story long, broskies, go half size up if you can find them. I would stick to that. Going a full size up just might be too much, you know? And I don't know why I wore a hat. I should just wore a sweatband. Just did an old school Neymar on them. But look, before we talk about the comfort, because believe you me, these are comfortable, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. One of the comfiest shoes I've tried on in a long time. But let's talk about how this sneaker is made, the construction, because it's weirdly familiar, but weirdly unique. So let's talk about it. Now for the upper, it's not the most premium feeling shoe, and retailing for 170 quid, you would expect a bit more. But what I do really like though, is the mesh on the underlays, especially around that toe box area. It's like a nylon mesh, but a tad softer. And then we've got the overlays in that plastic sort of material. I mean, the colorway is clean though. It's in this icy blue gradient, going from white to grays to blues and all the rest of it. But yeah, it does look good. But in terms of how it feels though, you wouldn't expect this from a New Balance shoe. It feels cheap. But yeah, we've got the big N logos stuck on top of these overlays, just on the lateral side this time, not the medial. And from what I can tell, none of this is 3M. It just looks reflective, but yeah, it's not. Lacing wise, just white laces here. Very standard with the lacing system though. The tongue coming in this white mesh, and then you got the 2000s logo in the lace stay, and then some more mesh towards the top. In that nice sort of blue teal colorway with the New Balance logo in silver. Sock liner wise, all white here, and it's the same with the insole, but you got the New Balance brand in there with the NB logo and then Absorb 2000 with hits of orange and black. And I'm not gonna lie to you, a bit of orange on this shoe would have changed the game. Towards the heel counter, very standard, that white panel with again the silver NB logo here. However, it's the part you've been waiting for, this Absorb midsole, which is an absolute beast. Now you got these sort of pods slash springs with the Absorb gel in there, but it's sort of sandwiched in between foam. So you got foam on the first layer, then you got the Absorb gel, then you got another hit of foam there too, and then you got a rubber outsole. So yeah, very stacked here in terms of technology. But it's really nice on feet, very springy where it needs to be, but very firm and stable at the same time. And it's hard to get that balance with this sort of shoe. But you can see it mainly from the medial side though. You've got this plastic shank to sort of give you an extra spring in your step and make it more stable as well. And I guess you thought the outsole was gonna be a little bit simpler. smaller, but no, look at it. It's sort of split into sections, like the forefoot, for example, is separated from the back panels on the outsole, but both the front and the back has that sort of foam exposed. So yeah, there's a lot of tech packed in here. But I do like the actual design. It's very futuristic looking, but in terms of tech, what it offers, yeah, it does the job. Now, every time I look at this shoe, it changes my mind. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. But when I put these on my sausage toes, it all goes away and makes me like this shoe. Before we talk about that though, let's decide together whether these are a buy or a buy. Okay, let's start off with all the good things about this shoe. Why I actually like it. The price, we'll leave that for after, bruh, because I actually got scammed. I paid £20 over retail price from a retail store, seventh store, seven store. You know who I'm talking about. For some reason, these guys had it a day before the actual release. So the 11th of June, basically. And yeah, they got here on the day, so I'm not complaining. Super fast delivery. Shout out to you, seventh store. For some reason, I paid £190 for this shoe when they're £170. Even going back to the website now, they've gone back to £170. How did that work out? I don't know. Should I contact customer service? Might be worth it. Am I going to keep these shoes though? We have to decide that after, bruh. Could you call that a scam? I don't know. But yeah, to me, I did. I got robbed for £20. I paid more than everyone else. I don't know why. I got the shoes on the day though. So maybe that's why. I paid £20 for delivery. Maybe. But with all the waffling said and done, let's talk about all the pros with this sneaker, because there's a lot of them, bruh. I'm not gonna lie to you. The first good thing is the colorway. I love this sort of icy blue finish, and the gradient's pretty cool. A New Balance shoe isn't really known for the gradients. But yeah, they've definitely pulled it off on this shoe. It's gonna be interesting though to see what other colorways are coming out. Collaborations as well, because New Balance have done something a bit different this time. Normally they release a collaboration first on a new model, but this time they went for a GR, and then we're most likely going to get the collabs later. You know, the likes of Joe Freshgoods, Salehi, even Action Bronson, but you just know he's going to add that tax on, bruh. These are going to be like $250 when he gets his hands on these. Please don't. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what New Balance do going forward with the colorways, with the collabs as well, because there's a lot they can do with this shoe. Obviously, another pro is the comfort. It is top tier comfort in my opinion. Not like the best, but it's right up there. And for the price you're paying, or you guys will be paying because I paid more, you would expect that. What I found though when walking with this shoe, and yes, I know Billy could just be my dodgy walk, but I found when wearing this sneaker, it sort of forces you to walk on the outer side or lateral side of your foot, and then it sort of bounces back in towards the medial. Now, again, could just be me and my dodgy feet. Maybe for you, the on-foot experience might be totally different. Not a bad thing by any means, of course. It just takes some getting used to, you know, but straight away on feet, therefore something I've noticed, you know? So yes, definitely comfy and all-day sneaker, hands down. Like I'm definitely telling you now, straight out the box, they're only going to get comfier the more you wear them in as well. Can I compare these to the other shoes that look like this shoe? No, I actually can't, because the Nike Shox, for example, the TLs, the R4s, they're good looking shoes, but on feet, they're defo on the firmer side. Like they're not the most comfiest compared to this especially. They are comfy, but not the comfiest. And then you got the likes of the Air Max Scorpion, that monstrosity of a sneaker. That was definitely a social experiment. No one can tell me otherwise, but yeah, definitely comparable to this shoe in terms of looks and design. This looks better, 100%. That shoe though, in terms of on feet, just no. Like that's all I can say, because on feet, it felt like a platform shoe. No sponge, you got that massive air technology in there. Didn't even look that great, to be honest. I mean, it was okay in all black. That's as far as it went, but overall as a shoe, it's like you had to learn how to walk again. On feet, these blow all of those out of the water. Can you compare these to the 1960s? Somewhat in terms of looks and design, but I've not really tried them on, so I can't sort of compare those to these. This shoe though, very unique, even for the last few hours that I've had them on. Very comfortable, man. Very comfortable. I like it. Yes, takes some getting used to, but a lovely bounce to them. Not too spongy, not too firm. Just right. Now, yes, even though what I said about the sizing, these feeling a little snug, but the fit is actually a pro because they do feel good on feet. The mesh on the upper and also the padding too, it adds a nice feeling. Okay, with all the pros out the way, and yes, there's probably some more that I've missed out. The cons though, we gotta talk, bruh. First and foremost is the price. And I'm talking the actual retail price, not the price I paid. It's technically resell. Anyway, I've got to get over it sometime. Yeah, for what you're getting in terms of the premium or not premium feeling with the materials, for what you're getting at 170 quid, it's just not premium enough. And New Balance normally are known for their premium materials, especially for around that price range. So this is where I kind of say it's a con, because is it worth the retail price? I don't think so. I mean, for around 145, 150, around that sort of price, picking these up for that sort of price, honestly, I'd have no complaints, you know? And especially for this year, there's so much heat coming out. Collab after collab, grail after grail, vaults are being opened left, right and center. But I guess the next con is kind of tied into the first one. Like, the premium feeling just isn't there. Most of the upper is in this sort of plastic material, and it makes me think, how durable are they gonna be? Like, long term, with the N logo fall off because it's not even stitched in, it's sort of printed on. I guess you sort of have to see these in hand to get what I'm saying, because as soon as you feel the materials, yeah, all those sort of doubts do creep in. But come to think of it, all the rest of the cons are just nitpicking. I mean, the way the sizing is, yes, if you can go half size up, defo do that. But honestly, that's pretty much it. In terms of the cons, it's a really good shoe for what it is. If you can get this shoe on sale in like a month, 2-3 months or so, when more colorways come out, more collaborations, when summer is finished, you know there's sneakers going on sale, bruh. Maybe 120, 130. 140, I mean, is it worth that much? You guys tell me. Overall though, surprisingly, I do like this shoe. I like how it feels on feet, very comfortable, and I mean very, very comfortable. New Balance is known for their comfort, but this one, it will surprise you. Colorway wise, really like it. Love blue, love the gradient. Is it gonna be for everyone? The looks design, the outlandish sort of absorb pods, the Nike Scorpion look, if you will? No, it's not. But try them on and then talk to me. That's all I'm gonna say. That leads me on to the conclusion of buy or buy. Looks and design, very subjective, but get them on feet and you'll see where I'm going with this one. This shoe, the 2000 New Balance, is a buy. But broskies, let me know what you think down below. Is this a sneaker you're interested in? Is it a shoe that shouldn't have been done? Or are you waiting for the right colorway? Leave it all down below. Bro, I am leaking out of places I never knew I had. But anyways, broskies, thank you for stopping by. Links to join the Discord is down below. It's free, bruh. And yeah, we're always waffling about shoes all day long. Trust me, I'm not lying. New releases, upcoming restocks, what's on feet, all that good stuff. It's a good bunch over here, man. We're building a nice community. And yes, live every Tuesday. You know how we do by now. But anyways, broskies, like, comment, share. And yes, until the next episode, I need a tissue, bruh. Hey, take care. That sounded wrong. I need a tissue. I need a flannel. That's what you should have said. Anyway, I need an ice lolly, bruh. What have I got? Calypso? Yeah.